And then before we get into Homiere, I wanted to go over a couple things, and then we're going to lead into why Homiere is uh, needed in our industry. So let's start with the top 5 ways you hurt your business by sending your clients to search portals like Zillow. So it is, uh, you know, I'm not a fan of doing this whatsoever. I think, I've been around since before Zillow was in our business. And back then it was really easy and, important for agents to build their branding. And as, companies like Zillow and some of these other, major search portals out there have really done a lot of direct consumer advertising. They become household names. It's eroded away the real estate business in certain aspects. And I want to go over quickly top 5 ways that this is happening. So number one is loss of control and client loyalty. Zillow, Redfin, and other similar home search portals are built to capture the consumer and not help agents. When clients search there, they see competing agents advertise next to listings, making it easy for them to click and connect with someone else. Even if the agent sends the link, the property link, the client could be lured away by a different agent ad, or they could click on that property and request to, view it or something, and then all of a sudden they're talking to another agent. So I always discourage sending property links from search portals like that. It's a great way to lose your clients. Competing brands undermine the agent. So Zillow and Redfin spend billions on branding, sending clients their reinforces their brand over the agent's personal brand. Instead of clients associating home search with their agent, they start associating it with Zillow or Redfin or any of the others out there. Over time, this weakens the relationship and increases the chances the client thinks they don't need their agent. Distractions and misdirection. So these platforms are designed to keep consumers scrolling with mortgage ads, iBuyer offers, home valuation tools, and such. Clients can get distracted by features that don't serve their best interests, like inaccurate estimates or online pre-approvals from third-party lenders, or even their own lending arms, which these companies now have. I don't know if you heard, Redfin and Rocket Mortgage, uh, they're in the middle of a merger right now, or just completed. I can't remember, but so now they have that whole lending arm. This distracts them from the agent's advice and weakens trust. Missed opportunity to build value. If an agent sends a Zillow or Redfin link, they're outsourcing their value instead of keeping clients within their ecosystem. A personalized MLS search, agent branded home search app, or IDX website reinforces that the agent is the client's guide. By controlling the search, the agent can add comments, highlight properties, and curate listings based on the client's needs. Risk to long-term relationships. Portals use search activity to remarket properties and competing services directly to the client. That means even after closing, the client may keep getting messages from Zillow or Redfin about refinancing, selling, or connecting with other agents. This erodes the agent's long-term retention and repeat referral business. So what are the better alternatives? And this is what we're going to roll into today. So set clients up with MLS direct searches, your auto email function within the MLS. Use the brokerage's IDX website or branded home search app. Send curated listings with personal notes explaining why each property fits the client's needs. So why do I bring this up? Is because over the past several months, I got connected with a team over with Homiere, and they are creating a agent-friendly home search portal that is AI driven, and it uses natural language search tools. And the way that this is being designed is with the agent in mind of retaining their clients throughout the entire, from lead to close and beyond. So I am a big fan of this. I've been advising on this project for the past several months. And we have Addie and Chris here with Homiere, and they have been working diligently on shaping this home search portal to cater to essentially the agent's ability to retain their clients and stay in front of their clients while providing them with, a home search that makes sense in today's, environment. We have AI everything, and we're speaking into our phones. We're typing stuff into Chat GPT and things like that. This is working in a similar fashion, except for home search. And then it goes beyond that as well, as far as home insights. And that is probably some of my favorite features of this. And then we have the back end part of it, which is going to be pretty great. It's in process. This is a beta test that we are rolling out with Rise Realty. We are the only company uh, with access to Homier right now, and what we're asking essentially is for everybody's feedback. So you will get a free account, and you will invite your clients into it and start from there. So we're going to have the demo now with Chris and Addie. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning. Yeah, thanks, Travis, for the intro. I'll start off. Hey, everyone, I'm Chris, the CTO of Homiere. Addie and I are really excited to be here today and meet everyone and go through this demo. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we will get right into it. All right, so looks good. Can I get a thumbs up? Addie, looks
Thumbs
good.
up, you're
Yeah.
in. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. So our homepage is pretty simple for now. This is where you will go. You'll go to homier.com and you will click the sign in link. So after this webinar, we're going to get emails of all the folks that are interested in signing up. And so we'll send you an email with a link to set up your own account, set your password, and then you'll be able to log in. So pretty straightforward stuff. So I'm going to sign in with my account right now. And yeah, what we're going to do here is um, uh, in order to just incentivize some of the usage here is once you sign in and then invite one of your clients to actually use the application, then we'll put everyone into a raffle for a $200 gift card just to like incentivize people to start using the service. So yeah,
All right.
I
So,
will,
okay.
yeah, I think pass it to Addie. Are you going to start driving the demo, walking through that? Yeah.
Yep, that sounds great. It's really nice to meet everyone here. I'm the CEO of Homiere, and Travis, thank you for that great introduction. Feel free to stop us at any point if you have any questions or if you want to, throw out some searches that you guys might be interested in throwing in here. All right. So once you sign in, this is really where the magic starts. So unlike other platforms like Zillow and traditional MLS websites, where you're mostly stuck using filters, here you can just describe exactly what you want. It can be as broad or as specific. And you can combine your natural language with traditional filters, if you'd like so as well. So let's do a quick example here. But again, in the chat, please throw in any sort of, searches that you guys have live examples in. But let's just use that first chip right there, which is I want a home under 2,000 square foot with a price reduction in Pasadena. And if we click on the filter icon on the right there, let's also input in the price relativity, which is a unique filter for Homier, which essentially says I want a price that's below, at, or above comparables of homes in Pasadena. Let's say I want a below, price relative below. We can keep city as is since we already defined, yep, or yeah, whichever way. Then let's go ahead and click search. Once you do that, it will take a few seconds for it to load, and then voila, the result will show up. Um, yeah, on here, you'll see the best matches ranked. So unlike, Zillow, where you'll see every single listing and you have to sort of sift through, all of them, this will rank the best matches for you, and then followed by near matches afterwards. And you can click through pages of 1 to 10, but we'll focus on, as example for the first few up here. So you can see the result on the map as well as the result on the right side, which is similar to how Zillow does its results. For each property, we get a rationale as to why that property was a match. So with this one in Los Robles, you'll see that it meets some of the queries criteria, including location and price reduction. As well as for each property, you will get a one line, one sentence summary of that property. So it's super easy to just quickly glance at it and know, what this property is all about. Let's actually click into one of the cards and take a look. So on top of, all the standard MLS data that you'd see on MLS and or Zillow, on Homiere, you actually see AI-derived insights that's unique to just Homiere. So anything with a lightning bolt actually is things that are unique. For instance, if we scroll down a bit, you'll get insights like how this home is priced compared to other homes in this area that are similar. So you'll see here it's $167 less per square foot than, similar homes in Pasadena. You'll also see the top attribute of this home, so the top selling point, in which case it's that it's a historic charm with modern upside. And if you click on the info icon, you'll get a little bit more detail as to why that is. These are all great talking points you can bring up to your clients, keep leads engaged, things like that. You'll also be able to see the property condition predicted of this home. This feature has come in super handy for things like estimating what the cost of ownership would be, what, insurance might look like. Now, kind of rolling down, we have the features section where we have organized all of the features that you see in MLS into either quality, structure and style, or utilities. Each of these three buckets, you get a rating of A, B, or C. Again, you can click into each of them in the info, and it will give you an explanation as to why it received that grade. We also do a lot of other cool features that you wouldn't see on MLS and Zillow, like roof condition rating, utilities ratings across a variety of different measurements. If we go down to the opportunity section, and this is actually my favorite section, and why, one of the reasons why we thought of to build Homiere is exactly for opportunity where you can kind of start to think about what more value to the property can I bring as a homeowner if I were to purchase it. And so with this specific property, we have the enhancement opportunity to actually renovate the existing living area. There are other types of enhancement opportunities like add an ADU if the lot, if the living square footage is currently small compared to what the lot is. Or there could be things like build an apartment or a multi-unit if it's zoned for that specific thing. But for this property, it looks like renovate existing living area is a good one. And if we do that, then the post-renovation estimated price could be nearing $1.4 million as opposed to the current price. I think this was at almost, it was around 1.1 million. So you can kind of start to think about the opportunity and the potential that this home can bring with the powerful insights that Homiere brings. All right, once we scroll a little bit past, we also have the finance section where, again, you see the price per square foot comparison of this home's price per square foot compared to the city's average. Cost of ownership of, what it might look like for this. It's a pretty old house, historic character, so it might be a high cost to maintain. A really cool feature here also is the insurance risk from climate. So this is the prediction that an insurance company might drop or increase premium in the next 12 months. And for this home, it's probably high, I'm guessing, because it's within the fire area, the wildfires within Pasadena. We also have the mortgage calculator there for, you and the client to play around with, to estimate around how much their monthly might look like. And at the bottom, we have the neighborhood section with neighborhood safety, nearby schools. There's also maps with natural hazard risk like wildfire, flood, earthquake, all of those, as well as air quality. I see somebody put something in the chat. Yeah, great question, Carmen. So right now, with this beta, we have all of California regional MLS. And right now, we're in the process of adding the rest of California. But for now, this has the all of CR MLS. Yeah. All right. Moving on to then sort of the client relationship management portion of Homiere. So Travis really honed in on the fact that Homiere is great for keeping the clients engaged and you being able to, as the agent, you know, keep working on those leads and working on that relationship. So let's say you find a home that you really love for a client. You can click on that tag for a client right there and add your client in. Or you can click on the share button at the top and immediately text or email to your client this specific listing with Homiere's website. So it doesn't take you, take the client to a clunky MLS website or, Zillow where there's a lot of distractions on there. Now, if you exit out of the property details and actually go into your agent dashboard, which you by clicking on on the sidebar there, perfect. When you do that, you'll see a card for each of your client. And these cards are auto-generated when your client signs up. And how you get them to sign up, it's very simple. You just click on that invite client button and then you add their email in and then you send the invitation. Your client will then get an email with a temporary password, exactly the same as what you guys will receive after this demo call. So it's very straightforward. And once they've signed up, you'll actually get an email notification saying your client has signed up, and then you'll be able to see their client card on here. For each client card, you actually get very helpful information. So you'll be able to know if they're a power user, a casual user, or an inactive user. And this is based on, how often they're using Homiere. In addition to that, you get to know, what their preferences based on their true activity. Of course, as clients and agents, you guys will talk about what their preference is. But what you see in this preference, in the client card, is it's reflective of the client's true activity. So based on their searches, it'll show you their price range, the cities that they're looking for, as well as number of bed and bath. And let's say let's click onto one of the, clients there. When you do, you can take a look at all of the homes that you've tagged for the client. And remember, on the property card, we were able to do that. But on the right side, you can also see all the homes that your client has saved on their version. So you might be able to see, hey, they saved the home that you've shared with them, or maybe you haven't shared with them, but you see that they're keeping eyes on it. You can kind of start to take a look at those. Additionally, if you click on the three dots on any of these properties, you can find comparable based on price as well as location. So that's also a neat feature that you guys can, play around with. All right. So, and as you guys are using this tool, we would absolutely love at any point, if there's any feedback about what you love or how it can be better, just click on the feedback button on your email and then write those in and then send it through to us. And yeah, we'll make sure to those get incorporated because like Travis said, we definitely are building this application for the agents and your clients. And we really believe this is going to be the future of property search, where folks can, it's like Googling for, exactly what they want, rather than the manual filters that we're currently restricted to.
And I
All
agree with
right.
that. And one of my favorite features that's being incorporated in, if you can go back to the agent dashboard real quick. I know, Chris, you need to get going here. And then the insights right here, this was something I had brought up to them, is sometimes, you have the client and they're searching and they say, okay, we want to 4-bedroom home in Escondido under, $1 million or something like that. And then we don't know it, but they change their search because they have a conversation over dinner. And they're like, you know what, maybe we should start looking in Temecula because we can get a little more house out there for a little less price. And then all of a sudden, they move their search, without telling you up to, another area, we'll call it Temecula. They start searching up there, and then before you know it, they're connecting with an agent up in Temecula because they didn't know that you serviced that area. And it just, all of a sudden now your client's kind of gone. This is going to let you know that something has happened, that all of a sudden the client has switched their their search. So you're going to be able to see that is happening and get out in front of that so you don't lose your client when they start looking in another area. So this is in a sense, behavioral tracking of what they're doing online so that you can have a little bit better understanding of they're telling you one thing, but then they're doing another thing so that you can, you know, uh, just maintain that relationship a little bit better. So that is one of the things that is going to keep getting enhanced, but not only is it AI-driven insights on the front end with the home search part, but it's also on the back end with retaining your clients and working with the ones, you have this power user here. That's someone who is probably very active in home search right now. Casual, okay, maybe that's a warm client. They're interested in buying, the timing's not right, something like that. So it's also telling you right here who you should be definitely contacting and building the relationship with on a daily, weekly basis. So that's one of my favorite features. And if you missed it, because we had some late joiners, um, we are running a raffle here. They're going to give away $200. All you got to do is um, activate your account, invite your first client. If you want to use it for yourself at first, so that you can explain it to your client a little bit better. If you have a client looking for something weird, the house has to face a certain direction. You have an investor looking for, a better site to look at, after repair value and things like that. Then this is where you want to be sending them, and you're not sending them away to be in front of other agents. So I believe in this product so much, I'm going to kick in another $100 on the raffle. So it'll be $300. Um, all you got to do is, like I said, register. There's no cost. This is a beta test. We do ask that you please send us feedback. We're going to be checking back in. And, we're building this for agents, to keep the clients away from the Zillow and the Redfins. That's what we want to do. We want our brand being pushed all the time and in front of our clients. So um, I think that pretty much wraps it up. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. You can also connect with me afterwards. We're going to have Addie and Chris back as more and more. They're working on a daily basis, adding more and more value and content to this website so that it will be our go-to as far as sending properties out and connecting with clients in a much easier way. And I think the clients are going to love the home search feature on it. So, um, Gary, no, not yet. Juanita, yes, everybody on the webinar will get a registration link. Again, no cost, and all you got to do is register, invite your first client, and you will be entered into the raffle for $300, which we will do at the end of the month. We're going to run the beta test through the end of the month. We, again, are the only company working with Homiere at the moment. So, help us shape this to what you need in your business the most. So, yep. Everybody in the chat, you will get a notification email from Homiere with a registration link. So, do you have
Yep.
anything else?
To answer
Go ahead.
Yeah, Gary, you gave us already really great feedback. So for now, the only way you can invite your clients is by clicking on that button that Chris was screen sharing on your dashboard. But definitely, we can put it in our feature backlog to potentially do something like QR code that you can take to your open house so your clients can easily sign up.
Yep.
And
And
as for, yeah, go ahead.
oh, so it doesn't integrate into any CRMs yet. Right now, we're working on the base product to get it working the way that agents will love it as well as their clients. And then we will work with CRM integrations, potentially in the future. But you might find that this may become your CRM because it's going to tell you exactly who you should be working with every day. So, um, yep. All right. Addie, if you want to grab those in the chat as we go, and then I'll go ahead and move on to Woo. Chris, did you have anything else? Okay.
No, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks
All
everyone
right,
for your
perfect.
attention and your time today. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot for
Thank
the
you.
demo. And well, I'll see you as well. So, all right. Uh